Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey SKATEDOWN. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe with the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. Wow, that was a hard game to watch. You know, losing this game 6-1 to the Rangers was tough, and this loss was extremely deflating. And I don't know any word to say without cursing up a storm, which I don't want to do, but you know, this was a tough one to watch. It really was. And these games are getting tougher to watch. You know, losing our last 4. You know, like Erica Wachter said, we lost our last 8 home games. That's tough now. That's really tough. And, you know, watching this team go from so much promise in the beginning of the year, and I wasn't expecting much. You know, I don't want to be like, I didn't want to make a rant video because I'm not expecting the guys to make the playoffs this year. It would have been fun to see. You know, you saw them show some hope and promise in the beginning of the year with like everybody stepping up, and now it's just total 180. Everybody's just not playing well. And, you know, is it related to everybody having COVID? You know, you hear people have symptoms after they test negative. So hopefully that's not the case with the guys, but they just look like a different team. You know, a lot of guys they were shining the beginning of the year. Now they're just not playing as well. So, and it could be the way the schedule is. I know it's tough with the games after game. Every other night there's games, and, you know, there's not a lot of practice time in between. So it's got to be that too. The scheduling where you're playing the same Eastern Conference teams. So I don't know. It's just a different year. So, you know, I was glad to see them step it up in the beginning of the year. I wasn't expecting to see so many people have a turnaround so fast. You know, like Sharangovich, like Kulikov looked pretty good. Maltsev looks good. You know, the regulars, Mcleod, Bastian, they all look good in the beginning of the year. And, you know, Hughes took a next step. You know, Zajac took this step that was, you know, not expected. I didn't expect him to be our leading scorer. If anybody said that, I thought it'd be like an April Fool's joke. But, you know, he's played really well this year. And, you know, hopefully the guys can turn it around and have a better rest of the games coming up. I know, you know, the season is kind of getting to a point where, you know, you lose these games and you're kind of, you know, thinking about the offseason. So, hopefully they get to turn it around. Again, not expecting much. That's why I don't want to do a rant video. But this game was tough. It was a tough game to watch. It's just a deflating loss. You know, you expect these games to be close, especially to the Rangers. And I'm not taking anything away from the Rangers. The Rangers played a hell of a game. You know, Kreider had another hat trick. He's had 2 hat tricks in his past 5 games, so he's really heating up. Lafreniere had a goal and assist. Strome had 2 assists. Shesterkin was just lights out. He really was. And, you know, Hughes had a lot of opportunities, and, you know, a lot of guys did. And we outshot them, 36-19. So we put a lot of pucks to the net, and he shined. He played really well until he got hurt later into the third. So, you know, they played well. They really did. So, you know, I think the game really changed after that second goal. You know, that power play goal, that was their only power. They had 2 power plays. Yeah, they went 1 for 2. So, when Palmieri took that penalty and they scored on that power play, you could feel the game really shift at that point. And you kind of had a feel like this game was going to go downhill real fast. The guys really haven't been playing a full 60 minutes in these past couple of games. You know, they show up at random times. They either don't start the game off right and they play well into the second half of the game, or second period on or third period on, and you can't win like that, especially when the games are so tight. All teams are relying on points. You got to show up for a full 60 or else you're done. You really are. But, you know, you know, it's encouraging to see what we have in the future. You know, I'm still encouraged to see Foot in the system, Holtz and Mercer and all these guys make it. So, you know, there's bright spots ahead for the Devils, but, you know, just having that hope for the beginning of the year, the way we saw them play, and then just getting this last couple of games, it's just deflating. So, you know, it was tough. So, yeah, they couldn't finish on their opportunities. They started off great with Hughes scoring that first goal, and then it was 6 unanswered goals by the Rangers. So, yeah. Blackwood was pulled after the first 4. Dell came in for the final 2. And, you know, just to talk about what happened in the game, 36 shots to 19 in favor of the Devils. Hits 18-17, and power plays, we were 0 for 4 when they were 1 for 2. And like I said, that was when the game really changed, was after that goal. Yeah, and that goal, too, I want to talk about because our defense doesn't hit, and they don't take the body. I mean, if it's in the corners, yeah, they do. I can see them, you know, roughing up guys here and there in the corner. But when it's an open ice hit, or when you're trying to clear out that front of the net so Blackwood or Dell can see, we don't have that, and we need that. So if there's two areas of need, the Devils, I hope that they concentrate in this offseason is, one, bringing in some players who can score, because we need some snipers in here. We need some guys to put the puck in the back of the net. We have a lot of playmakers. We have a lot of players who can get other guys the puck in open areas, but we just don't have finishers. And a lot of our finishers this year aren't finishing. So I hope they concentrate on bringing that element onto this team. And our defense, I hope we get some physical defense. You know, you miss those days of seeing Stevens with those open ice hits, Danico with those hits, White with those hits. We don't have that anymore. So it's kind of like, you know, stick checks and kind of body guys out where they're not doing it in front of the net. And that goal was just a primary example. With Kreider in front and Severson not even bodying him out of the way. Not even with a shove or a nudge, just like there. It's just, that's frustrating to me. That's more frustrating than anything. You want to see your defenseman hit. You want to see them at least do something to, even if they're not putting the puck in the net or, you know, putting points on the board, that's a way you could change the game. You lay an open ice hit, you hit some guy. That could really shift momentum too, and we need players like that. That's why we're so high on this guy Ball. I can't wait to see him play for the Devils. You know, you saw him on the taxi squad called up. You got a little bit of encouragement, but then, you know, you haven't heard since. But hopefully we get to see him sometime this year. I don't want to rush anything, but hopefully we get to see him at some point this year. Him and Zajac sound promising as far as those physical defensemen we need in our lineup. So if that's another area we could address, if Ball and all these guys aren't ready, then we need that as well. Because, you know, Kulikov does it to some point, but just none of the other guys really do it. But hopefully get to see that soon. But, you know, talking about the lines, they were a bit odd tonight. It was Wood, Zajac, and Palmieri, and all these guys played good in the beginning. You know, beginning of the game, they really played okay, but, you know, just didn't finish off the game. You had Sharangovich, Hughes, and Kulikov, Janssen, Zajac, and Bastian, and then you have Maltsev, Mcleod, and Bratt on the fourth line. I don't get that. But, you know, then you had Smith and Severson, Kulikov, and Subban, and Butcher, and Vatanen. So, yeah, hopefully the guys come back and they can play rebound from this. I think they got to just put this losing streak behind them and just try to play out the best of the rest of the season. I know it's going to be tough now with Hischier out. They said he's week to week now, so that's not, you know, this guy's just having a horrible season besides being named captain, you know, with COVID and his injury and now getting injured again. You know, he's just had a rough go of it. So hopefully we'll see Nico sooner than expected, but he's going to be out for a little bit. And Nikita Gusev was a healthy scratch, so curious about that. I haven't heard of anything developing from that, but, you know, at this time of year, you always got to think twice about every time someone's a healthy scratch. So, you know, I think he's definitely one of the candidates to get moved. So, you know, just start keeping an eye out for that too, because trade deadline's not too far away. And something encouraging was 19-year-old Graham Clark was signed to his entry-level contract. So I did a video, prospect video. I think it was the second one I did. I'm going to do a third one soon whenever I have some downtime about more of our prospects in our system. But, you know, he's definitely a promising player in our system. He could really put the puck in the net. So hopefully we'll see him in a Devils jersey soon enough, and he'll help with that in regards. So I don't know. But, you know, this, again, was a deflating loss, and you know, the Rangers played well. Again, not taking anything away from them. They had a lot of their key players step up, and you know, we just fell flat after that first period. So, Devils, you got to play a full 60 to win and try to get in this, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to crack the top 4 in our division. So, comment below what you guys and girls think about this. Are you as deflated and just upset and just, I don't know, just pissed off? Just comment below and let me know. And thank you always for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skatedown. Join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great day tomorrow. Take it easy. Stay safe.